エンゼルスとの3連戦第2戦、大谷翔平選手がなんと4試合連続となる第43号ホームランを放ちました。9回表に勝ち越しとなる大谷翔平選手の一発が飛び出しましたが、ベシア投手がまさかの失点で同点。延長10回裏にジョアデルのレフトへのヒットでサヨナラ負け、ドジャースはここに来て痛すぎる連敗、パドレスに首位で並ばれる結果になりました。試合後の現地放送を翻訳してお届けいたします。
Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. I'm John Hartung alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garciaparra. The Dodgers lose the sixth straight time to the Angels. They're 0-5 this season. They are walked off this year for the sixth time on a night where we saw Shohei Ohtani after the Dodgers battled back in this game a couple of different times. Shohei gave the Dodgers a lead with that home run in the top of the ninth, but the Angels get one off of Alex Vesia in the bottom of the inning, Jerry, and then they get the winner in the bottom of the 10th.
Yeah, listen, obviously when Shohei Ohtani came up against Hall of Fame closer Kenley Jansen, gave us that lead, all the feels. We knew the Dodgers had momentum. Credit the Angels. They worked great at bats against Vesia. Vesia, 3 uncharacteristic walks in the inning. They tie up the ball game, and they win it in extras.
You know, this is what we were talking about before the game, about the consistency throughout, you know, from the team. You know, whether it's the offense, all of a sudden they may have a day where they're really swinging the bat well, and then all of a sudden it gets ice cold. And then from the pitching, the same thing. Sometimes you have a really solid performance, you got a solid starter, and then the bullpen may struggle. And then you may have the starter struggle, and then the bullpens, you know, are lights out. And they just can't seem to be playing that consistency of just well-rounded baseball from all aspects. And it happened once again. You know, it looked like, okay, they battled back from the offensive side, and then obviously can't close this game out. Closing the games have been pretty difficult for the Dodgers this year, and I think that, you know, that in and of itself is taxing. That's why I always say having that lights out closer is so vital, because games like this where you're battling back, you're finding it's going back and forth, and you need to just kind of stop that bleeding feeling right now that it feels like they're in. Even though this is just, you know, I know it's the third one in a row, but that's really not crazy, but it feels that way, and especially when you have the team behind you in the division now tied with you. So that's just something where it's just like, yeah, there's another one that they should have won.
The hardest 3 outs to get in baseball, and Nomar touched on it, is that 9th inning. When you have that lead, that is the hardest 3 outs to get. That's why these closers get a lot of money. And just couldn't close it out tonight.
Yeah, that Dodgers 9-game lead they had just a little over a month ago, it is completely gone. The Padres won tonight, the Dodgers lose, so they are tied for first, Nomar. We've talked so much the last few months about this Dodgers bullpen, how much they've been asked to carry the load this season because the starters weren't going as long, and the bullpen has logged more innings than any other bullpen, and Alex Vesia has been right in the middle of all of that. Yeah. He's appeared in a lot of games. He just had a streak where he allowed 1 run over 17 games, but now he's allowed runs in 3 consecutive outings.
Yeah, and we said it's going to catch up. We knew this. We said this, that the use of the bullpen at some point is going to catch up to them. And here we are, we're getting to the dog days. And Alex Vesia has been asked to have a number of roles in the bullpen. Not just be a bullpen pitcher, but have different roles in the bullpen as well. Now we're asking him to be a closer. And that's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of wear and tear, and it wears on you over the course of the season. And we're seeing that. This is why, you know, early on we were talking about, oh, we got to build up starters. We got to do this. Well, aren't they supposed to be building up? And then it's like, well, when are they allowed? When are they allowed to go longer? When are they allowed to go 100? When are they allowed to just pitch deeper? The fact that we're just asking the bullpen to do so much. And early on, they have injuries, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But there are times where there might be an inning here or an inning there where you think that starter might been able to go, and here it is.
Those innings adds up.
They definitely add up, and here we are now. And you see some of these guys who may be tired. Yeah, you still have injuries, but nonetheless, there's fatigue, and I think it's showing.
Yeah, you can see obviously the velocity. Alex Vesia is a bulldog. He will never say, "Hey, you know what? I'm running out of gas. I'm tired." Vesia, when called upon, whether it's in the 6th inning, the 9th inning, it doesn't matter. Hey, give me the ball, I'm going to go out there. But we talked about this in April. We talked about it in May. And we even talked about it really extensively in the month of June, where they were leading baseball, the bullpen was, in innings pitch. We said that is unsustainable because last season they were extremely taxed. We rode their backs to win a World Series. That's almost like 2 seasons. You had your season in 24, and that postseason, the innings that they had logged in that postseason, And the high-stress innings, that was a season in itself. So you come into this season, the Dodgers did a great thing of signing Blake Snell. Obviously, you wanted to sign another reliever, or excuse me, another starter, Roki Sasaki. You did that. They did that so they can make sure they take the pressure off the bullpen. Obviously, that didn't happen, and now we're seeing the bullpen eating tax April, May, June, and these guys are tired. I'm telling you guys, Nomar, you know this. We play with guys all the time, and they want to be out there to support their teams, but they run out of gas.
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to see that. And here, another thing, too, we talk about execution. Top of the 10th inning, the Dodgers did not execute. Bottom of the 10th inning, the Angels executed to put themselves in position to walk off the Dodgers. Another thing is you got to execute in extra innings.
You know, another thing, though, too, within the bullpen, aside from what's being asked from them, it's also hard, you know, with the injuries and also the inconsistency at times that are there. Like I said, it's not pointing fingers at them. I mean, it's like it's the circumstance with it that is created because of them being used so much. It creates this inconsistency. But a perfect example is Kasparis. What's his role? I mean, he's been, an integral part of the success. I mean, but he's been asked to do so many things, whether it's a spot start, whether it's long, close, back end, high leverage. He's done it all. At some point, that's going to take its toll on an individual. And I know you're waiting for guys to come off, and you've had some come off. But you also hope that when they come off, are they going to be effective? You know, some of the guys that are on right now weren't as effective, and they go on. And then you hope. There's a lot of hope. And if they're not, then it falls on these other guys who have been used an awful lot.
Brock Stewart, again, him going to the IL, that was a huge loss because obviously he would have factored in this game if he was healthy. But again, he's not healthy on the IL.
Yeah, because of all the injuries, the Dodgers bullpen right now really a shell of itself, especially at a time when you've got the Padres coming to town this weekend and you got to go to San Diego next weekend. Not very good timing at all with all of those injuries. Dodgers fall in Anaheim. Let's head back to the booth. Check in one final time with Steven Nelson and Eric Karros.
Well, EK, hard to believe. The Dodgers found another way to lose a ball game. They have dropped 20 of their last 32 games, and the lead in the division went from 9 to 0.
We're where we're at right now, and it's not about how did you get to this point. It's what can you do looking forward. Pitching was not great tonight. It's 2 nights in a row where, you know, the Dodger pitching has not been what it has the last, I don't know, 7-8 days. Bullpen a little bit, the starters, but on the flip side, you did see some good fight. The offense battled, put some runs on the board. It was a competitive game. Obviously not the outcome, but a lot of room for improvement as we move forward.
And we move forward to Wednesday when Shohei Ohtani will make his first start against the Angels.
And again, they couldn't come at a better time. Shohei, we need some, you know, starting pitching right now. It hasn't been great the last two tonight and last night. He can set the tone, go out, swing the bats, and get ready for Friday.
And try and salvage the series, avoid the sweep, and snap a 6-game losing streak now to the Angels. See you tomorrow on the finale for the Freeway Series.
I heard the guys mention finding another way to lose a game tonight at the Big A. Let's get to the highlights. Dodgers dropped the first 2 of this Freeway Series. Victor Madero's first big league start. The Dodgers against him in the first inning. Teoscar Hernandez drives him in.
Good 2-strike approach there. Quieted his feet, able to fire his hands. Dodgers on the board, 1-0.
Mateo digs that 0-2 pitch, lines it into left field. Max Muncy at the plate, line shot, double play.
Hit hard, bad aim, just kind of get caught in no man's land.
Bottom of the first, 1 on. Emmett Sheehan walked the batter. Mike Trout through the left side.
You walked the batter before that, and then you're behind 3-1 of Mike Trout, just asking for trouble.
And I don't know what is going on, but the Dodgers can't put up a 0 in the first inning against the Angels in 5 games now. In fact, the Angels have gotten at least 2 or 3 runs in all 5 games in the first inning. They would do it again tonight. Yohan Moncada follows.
I mean, you're 2-0. Yes, it's a breaking ball, but it's center cut Moncada. When you're sitting 2-0 and you know the pitcher's trying to find it in the first inning, you could take a healthy cut.
You can look in an area and over the middle of the plate. He did and took advantage of it.
Infield was back, conceding the run.
Yes,
3 runs for the Angels in the first.
Good piece of hitting. That's situational hitting, recognizing the infield back, just put it in play, get an RBI.
The Dodgers quickly answer in the top of the second. Alex Freeland would walk, and then Dalton rushing an 0-2 pitch, Jerry, and he hits it out.
This is good to see right here. Obviously, a changeup that was up, but he kept his hands back. May have been fooled initially, but he keeps his hands back, fires those hands. He was a strong young man. Great extension right there. Great top hand, tie ball game.
So it is 3-3, bottom of the second inning. Sheehan much better in this frame. He gets Zach Neto to ground out.
You know, I really like this inning from, Emmett Sheehan. You know, after you try the game, you're looking for that shutdown inning, and that was a quick inning to get the offense back in the dugout.
And here in the third, blows away Mike Trout.
Like that fastball up in the zone, especially with 2 strikes. He got that late life, that riding fastball, plays higher than 96.
But Taylor Ward gets on top of that fastball.
That's the thing. The very first pitch, he goes up there looking for that pitch. Not 2-strike approach. Looks at that pitch, doesn't miss it.
Gary and I talked about that a lot. When you have pitchers that hey, they like to pitch up in the zone, and that's their strength. You got to be able to get to it and think about getting to it, and he did.
So the Angels have the lead right back at 4-3. Bottom of the fourth inning, 1 on, 1 out. Sheehan gets Logan O'Hoppe looking.
Really good pitch right there by Emmett Sheehan. Great off speed, great location.
Well, with 2 down and a runner at first, Bryce Teodosio hits it fair down the line. That is going to score a run all the way from first.
We talk about execution. There's a reason why the shortstop is off the foul line. See where Mookie Betts is at? He's 10, 15 feet. The reason why is you got to hit Mookie Betts because he's got a beeline throw to home, and he doesn't hit the runner. He misses the cutoff man. Don't make the play.
Top of the fifth, Mookie Betts with a base hit. This was after 2 quick outs. Dodgers trying to mount a rally. Next batter is Freddie Freeman. That's a base hit. So now they're cornered with 2 down. No more for Teoscar Hernandez, who came through in the first inning. He's going to come through again.
It's a really good job by the Dodgers. Just with 2 outs, single, single, single. We talk about 2-out RBIs, how important they were before this game, and there's a big 2-out RBI. You could just, the feeling as a fan watching the Dodgers, right? You could just get that feeling like, man, what a great inning. They keep this going.
Max Muncy walks, loading the bases for Andy Pages. Dodgers still down 1. 3-2 pitch. We got a tie game.
All with 2 outs.
Yeah,
great at bats. This is that inning. That looked like the Dodgers there, making sure get a good pitch and pass the baton.
3-2 to Michael Conforto.
Yeah, that was a tough one. You know, the pitch before that, he hits a breaking ball in the middle of the plate and he ends up fouling off. That was the pitch to really do damage.
Bottom of the fifth, Nolan Shanoel. A stab there by Freddie Freeman.
Freddie's done an excellent job defensively all season long. Plays like that, also picking up his teammates, should win another Gold Glove.
Sheehan gets Mike Trout looking for out number 2. And then Sheehan facing Ward. Gets him looking as well.
The breaking ball right there, 3-2, freezes Ward. Perfect pitch.
So good job to finish his night. Getting through 5. Top of the 6th, Miguel Rojas pinch hitting for Alex Freeland.
Man, nice piece of hitting right there by Miguel Rojas. Staying on that ball. Nice swing.
Dalton Rushing follows with his second base hit of the game. The Dodgers in business. 2 on, nobody out.
Happy for Dalton Rushing. He needed that. He needed a multi-hit game.
Yes.
But this kind of sums up how things are going for the Dodgers right now. Shohei lines into a triple play.
I mean, really, with Miggy Rowe, there's nothing to do that. That line drive led Neto to the bag right there. You see Rushing down, he'd be okay.
I just didn't know where Rushing was. I don't know if they were thinking about going. It looked like Rushing thought maybe Miguel Rojas was stealing or something because he was way off and a triple play.
Rushing frustrated as he puts the gear back on. Top of the 7th, 1 out for Freeman. And that one that's a thing, Jerry.
That's a beautiful thing. The only thing better is you get an RB out of it if somebody's on base, but you take that knock.
Max Muncy up there. Freddie swipes second base, so he's into scoring position. Opportunity for Muncy. But He grounds to the right side to end the game, or to end the inning. Top of the 8th, still tied. It's Andy Pages at the plate. Get something going here. Infield knock for Pages.
Get the leadoff hitter on. Pages can run a little bit. You got to find a way to cash it in.
Yeah, this is the ones we're talking about. You know, even late in the game, you're going, you get a leadoff runner on, you got to find ways to, I mean, this is where even small ball, you look at these guys, 90 feet matters. It's a tie ball game, whether you bunt, your bottom part of your lineup, move them over, have to find ways, can't be swinging and miss there. This is where we're talking about situational hitting is critical.
Dodgers go quickly and quietly after the leadoff single. So nothing doing in the top of the 8th. Blake Trinan comes in, bottom of the inning, 1 on, 1 out. And he gets Christian Moore looking on strike 3 called there.
If you take anything positive away from this ball game, Blake Trinan started to look better as the inning moved along. Great movement on that breaking ball and sinker.
Gets a strikeout of Joe Adell as well. So here we go, 5-5 going to the 9th. Dodgers have the top of the order coming up against Kenley Jansen. And Nomar Shohei hits a rocket for the lead.
He does not disappoint. He really doesn't. You know, like, must-see TV, he's up to bat. Everything you're doing at home, you're stopping here and want to watch because Shohei, you never know. Even if he's struggling, Eric Harris was talking about it. He may be struggling for a while, but one swing like that, he can bring you to your feet, and you can just be in awe.
4th straight game with a home run for Ohtani. Dodgers up 6-5. Bottom of the 9th, Alex Vesia comes in. After giving up a single, he walks Ohapi. The first 2 are on. They're at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Roberts walks Neto intentionally to get to Shawnuel.
Yeah, that's the move. You got to walk Neto there. Try to set up a double play.
Shawnuel does his job to tie the game.
Situational hitting. Angels did a good job.
So it's 6-6. Vesia still not out of it. He's got to deal with Mike Trout. And that's ball 4. Bases are loaded again. Dave Roberts is going to go to Ben Kasparius. First 3 pitches out of the zone. It's 3-0. Gets the strike call on Ward.
Thank you.
And then he comes back. He got strike 2, and then here gets the punch out to send the game to extras.
To be able to throw that 3-2 cutter, late movement, that is such a great pitch. Kind of surprises Ward.
10th inning, Max Muncy had nothing but steady diet of changeups most of the night. Strikes out there. Andy Pages got changeups as well. Skies 1. It's Justin Dean over to 3rd, so it's up to Alex Call with 2 down and a runner on 3rd base. But he pops it up. Dodgers can't score after that free runner. Christian Moore drops down a bunt that just dies on the chalk.
This kid's a rookie, you know, comes up there and right away executes. Really well done here. He deadens the bunt. That's what you're taught to do. Perfect. Deaden the bunt.
That was perfect.
Went to Tennessee. Really good coach there at Tennessee. Executed perfectly.
Then Joe Adell hits a chopper over the drawn-in infield. Dodgers lose again. 7-6 in 10 innings. They are now 68-52 on the season. Ben Kasparius is charged with the loss. Emmett Sheehan gave up 5 runs in his 5 innings, had 6 strikeouts. Dalton Rushing 2 for 3 with his 2nd home run and 2 RBIs. And Shohei went 1 for 3, 43rd home run and a couple of walks. Shohei hit that 43rd home run of the season. 4th home run in 4 games. Not enough, though. Dodgers fall 7-6 in 10. For the moment, we were feeling really good about things.
There's a reason why they call him the Big Show, because on the biggest moments, biggest stage, he comes through in a big way. Light tower power, 92 coming in, 112 going out. Showtime in the Big A.
Look at the crowd there. So many Dodger fans. And, yeah, they were feeling good for the moment, but the Angels got 1 in the bottom of the 9th, 1 in the 10th to walk off the Dodgers. Let's go back to Angel Stadium and hear from Alex Vesia with Kirsten Watson and the media.
I know that obviously things happen, but just when you kind of look at today, whether it's the walks, just maybe some of the kind of command things. What do you think is missing for you right now?
I mean, tonight was by far one of my worst outings of the year. So, super frustrating. I kind of at a loss of words, but I know it was like fastball was just too high tonight. So it's just focusing on getting that in the strike zone and just going and attacking guys. So tonight's on me, so I got to be better.
I know it's one in which you would probably kind of want to wash away, but is it at least one that you can kind of take away a few things, whether it's just the fastball location, things that you can kind of work on going into your next one?
Yeah. I mean, I'll look at it and kind of go over it with some coaches and stuff and gather a game plan and go from there. But for right now, not happy about it.
When the team's struggling, do you kind of feel that way when you go out there in that spot, just kind of knowing, trying to close out a game like that, especially after Ohtani's homer in the top of the inning?
I mean, the home run was great. I felt really good going into it, and spiraled. So, the walks will kill you.
It's the point of the season where you've got a lot of innings on your arm. Do you feel the fatigue at all?
I mean, it's normal. I think I'm pretty used to it for now. I wouldn't say I'm fatigued or anything like that, but got to flush this one, and we got another game tomorrow.
Are you guys starting to feel just kind of the buildup of the pressure, whether it's the division race, the tough losses as of late?
I'm just trying to take it one game at a time. I think that's the easiest way we can do it, and like I said, we got another one tomorrow, and my focus will be on that.
Dodgers West by 9 games. It is all tied up with 42 games to go. We will see the Padres this weekend at Dodger Stadium. Up next, some final thoughts and a look ahead to Wednesday's series finale. Shohei Ohtani set to take the mound against his former team for the first time in his career. Shohei Ohtani is going to take the mound pitching against his former team, Jerry. Obviously, the Dodgers need to salvage 1 of 3, really 1 of 6 against the Angels in the season series and have some kind of good feeling going into Friday.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe 4, possibly 5, depending on his pitch counts. It gives us a chance to win. I know he's building up, but Shohei knows he needs to go out there, throw up zeros, especially in that first inning. Dodgers score a lot of runs.
Yeah, I think we've said salvage way too much so far this season for them, trying to salvage a series, but that's what they have to do, go out there, and they have to figure out a way to start going out to get on track and start playing better baseball. We've heard that from all these guys in their interview. They need to be better.
All right, for Jerry, Nomar, and Kirsten, I'm John. Thanks for watching Shohei on the Mound tomorrow. Pregame at 5:30. We'll see you then.
昨日で3試合連続、今日で4試合連続と大谷翔平選手の絶好調は止まりませんね。しかし、どうにも勝ちきれない試合が多く、自慢のブルペン陣の疲弊が目に見えている状況です。明日の試合では大谷翔平選手は5試合連発のホームランが出るのか、そして先発としてどこまで投げられるのか注目していきましょう。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。